Hello everyone, this is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com and I would like to give you a warm welcome to today's live event. Today is November, I wish, September 13 and today is Tuesday. Just as always, this is our live event. I would like to remind you guys that I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if you're interested in one of our catalogs, at this point in time we have two. We have our annual catalog and we have our mini catalog. Do send me an email to Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com and I will gladly send it to you for free, okay? And if you have not visited my website, mariascraftingcorner.com, please do so and go down to in the homepage, go all the way down below and subscribe if you're interested in getting my newsletter. Also, don't forget to visit the rewards part because it is wonderful. I have a wonderful reward systems for you. Hello, Judy. How are you? It's going to be super cute. I certainly hope so. Anyways, so, and after those tiny, hey, Susie, how are you? Those announcements, I do want to remind you that November 15, Stampin' Up! Will have everything in its annual catalog 50% off. 15 just in case percent off. So if you have had something that you really have been watching, it's in your list and you really want it, go ahead and use November 15 to get that discount. And if you buy a little bit more than $50 and plus, you will get also something for free from me, which this month is the Santa Express Memory Pack cards. So I recently did a video on how to make cards with them, and I will link it up here for you guys if you want. Let's move to the crafting table and remove the email. Okay, so I don't know how this card is called. It's cool, right? We're all done with that. It is a very simple fun fold. I like it because you can open it like if it, like, I don't know how to say it, but you can open it like this instead of just a regular one pager if you want. And we are going to start just as always. Everything will be, all measurements will be in the blog and the link will be down below. But it is really not a whole lot of it. It is simple, and I think that because it's simple, we are going to be able to make two of them. Let's cross our fingers. If I don't talk too much, we may be able to achieve that. So how are you guys? Judy and Susie, how are you doing? We're going to start with, this is a 5.5 by 11 card base, and this is in our gray granite, and we are going to need two pieces of that one. This one is already scored, but I'm going to score this one with you, although there's not a whole lot to it. We're going to score at 2 3/4, which is the half of 5.5, and then we're going to score at 5.5. So we're going to have a square 5.5 card. What I like about this card is that you can pretty much do whatever you want. If you want to do a regular 5.5 by 4.25, all you have to do is make sure that these measurements are that you're able to do it. So let me bring. Yeah, let's do that later. I can't complain. It's been okay. We're going to fold these. Later, I will try to do just a 4.5, a 4.25 by 4.5, by 5.5. Oh my God, Maria. So we're just very simply going to fold this one and fold this one backwards. And that's our first part. And then the next one, it's going to be the same. So fold valley and then mountain. And always use your yes, well, I love making monthly cards. I have a few, my friends, you know, kind of birthdays and whatnot. I am enjoying the cold weather. My husband and I went camping, Susie, um, last weekend, and we went up in the mountain. Oh my God, was it cold? It was like in the low, I would say the high in the day was like in the low 40s, and at night it was pretty cool. so, so the whole card is going to look like this. Okay, really, if you would like to make a belly band, it's beautiful. That's a good idea. I am not going to do one today. Both cards I'm going to just do a simple closure if you want. So make sure that you really not score, that you really use your phone bone folder to burnish those, so it mostly will stay where it needs to stay. As usual, our cards are, well, these ones are not going to be sent in the mail. They are going to be given by hand, but most of our cards are sent in the mail. They're going to be closed as is. And if you want the Amazon sales, all sorts of envelopes and all sorts of sizes, I would recommend for the 5.5 by 5.5, I would recommend at least maybe the 6 by 6. And if you're going to make a 6 by 6 card, I will recommend a 6.25 or 6.5. And I have the other one I'm measuring. So I have two other cards. Hopefully we're able to make one if I stop talking. That one would be 6 by 6, and the other one I have is also 6 by 6. So again, you can really play with this card to make it at your convenience. Very simple. You can create a little pocket here, which I already have set up too, just to send like a gift card or something, you know, a different note or whatnot. Super easy to make. Now, if you don't know, a while ago I learned how to make wreaths, right? And I love wreaths, like love them. I just feel like it dresses so much doors, right? And so I am going to, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a wreath in here, and we are going to be using today the Merriest Moments bundle. So we're going to be using all of it. We're going to be using the stamps. We're going to be using some of the dies. If we do the other card, we'll be using all the dies. And if we do the other card, we will be even using the beautiful embossing folder. I absolutely love this one. I already made a video with this one. I'm going to link it up here if you're interested. I love it, people. It was in the mini catalog last year, and I just like fell in love with it when I saw it. So these we're going to need, I'm going to start dressing these up. We're going to need 4 pieces that are measured the same, right? So these are, and looking at my cheat sheet here, these are going to be 2 3/4 by 5.5. And so this is going to be 2 5/8 by 5 3/8. And what I did, I am using the Sun Prints. You remember that one I used for last week? I'm going to use the other side, because look at this. Doesn't look this kind of Christmassy? Well, in my brain it does. So let's not tell me no. And I am using, for this embossing, I'm using the, where are you? I am using the Win3D embossing folder, and I love this one. This is so gorgeous. But if you see it with these, it also kind of matches these stamp-ish, give or take, right? So love it, love it. This is what I use to create these pianos. I am not going to, you know, waste a lot of time making these pianos, because you guys know more or less how to attach these things, right? If I can do it, everybody can do it. So these 2 are going to go on the front, and then we have 2 others that are going to go up here, okay? And then we have something that's going to go in the middle, and we're going to create a wreath. I'm so excited. Okay, guys, let's start. Less talking and more doing, Maria. I'm going to get this going like so. And this does not have a side. Hello Magna, how are you? This does not have a direction, but always be mindful. And I don't know why I'm doing this much more complicated. You know what? It does have a kind of a direction. I'm gonna put it like this. It feels good. So these layers are always, I like eighth, so they are an eighth smaller than our regular one. And like I said, everything will be linked to the blog and you will be able to check those measurements. Really, there's no template for this because it's really simple. All you need is a card that you can fold and do it and not cut it, and score it in half. And that's what I was telling you guys about making or just a regular 5.5 by 1.25. You could just create a regular, it could be, I think I would use the 8.5 by 5.5. Yes, and then score at 4.25. So anyways, so we have one. I think it's very important to do first these panels. And let me go just to make sure I put this the right way. Feels like this is the right way. Because making it later when things are in there, it's just a little bit more complicated. We're going to do this real quick because I really think that the wreath may be a little, will take a little bit of our time. Okay, so we got these set up. Like I said, this is going to go here and close like this. So far, so good, right? Let's do, I'm going to use glue to adhere this, and yes, I'm going to use this because in the end it's the same measurement, and I have a little bit for the inside, like a little inside, so I'm just going to go ahead and put glue on the side this time, so it doesn't happen what happened last time. Remember when I did the explosion box that the little inserts were a little too big, so I made the insert a lot smaller just to make sure that everything is going to fit. And of course I'm using glue here, so it's easier for us to glue and to put exactly where it needs to go. Okay, and there it goes. So we're going to give that a couple of minutes to dry, and we're going to start with the wreath. Okay, things I have. You guys are going to have fun. There's a lot of things going on here. So the first thing I did, and I have it already done, is I took two of my, let me bring my silicone craft sheet, two circles. In this case, I used a tailored, not the stylish shapes, just because I was using that for the sentiment. And so I just used, let me show you, the biggest of them and the third one. So these two. And I create my little wreath. And I create it this way, and I'll show you why, because in the previous one, I did the same. So I created just one circle. And at some point I wanted to like wrap a ribbon around like you would do in a wreath, right? And of course I couldn't do that. I tried to, but it was not easy. So in this side, this is the improved version. I just created my own little wreath that I will be following, and I'm going to glue all our flowers and whatnot in here, and then we're going to wrap the ribbon around it and create, you know, the wreath. Now I am using for this one let me move this, no, let me keep this here. I'm using all the flowers that we have and all some of that greenery in the merriest moments. And I'm going to say this is a not monochromatic, but this is going to be a very low-key card. We're just going to be using white and our gray granite. The only addition I did, and I'm going to show you, and hopefully you can sort of see it, is I heat emboss. You can't really see, huh? Oh God in heavens. Well, I heat emboss these in like white diamond, and Stampin'Up does not have this, but there are tons. I don't know if, can you guys see it? It's a little shiny, so it really looks nice when you put it, because it has a diamond color to it. And let me see, maybe this one will look a little better. Nope, negative. Well, there you go. I can see some of the shine. Can you guys see it? So it's just the one I used is, oh my god, I forgot. It's called Elizabeth Craft Designs. This is all the Santa. I swear to God, I've had it for a very long time, and so I don't even have a link to it. I can look for it. Probably Amazon sells it. Um, but it's just it's called Warm Diamond, and so what you get is just a little bit of shine, not that one, of shine there to make a difference. So you kind of see the leaves. You see them very well in live. I can't tell if you can see it. So anyways, so this is one thing I did, and I have, and again, this is as old as Santa. I don't know if you guys have this kit. I had it for a very long time. As you can tell, I was working with it. It just have the big little balls to just work with your flowers, and just make them a whole lot better, like create those the folds. So I love the big one. Now, hey Lisa, how are you? How have you been feeling? So you can absolutely, and I'm going to use this one, you can absolutely do this with our take your pick. That's the wrong side, but that's fine. We're gonna undo that one, do this one, and then you just will go ahead and go on the middle, and that will help kind of picking up that. I like this is a little smaller, so I like that other one I showed you guys that was a little bigger. But you tell that how it gets some depth in there. And now if you want, then you can do the same circular motion on the leaves, and then you will get the leaves to be a little turned if you want. You can also do that with your bone folder, right? Just super simple. So those are two techniques for you to work on. I like it because it gives it some dimension to the leaves, and well, to the petals. I guess these are flowers, not leaves. Sorry, but it gives it some dimension, and I already did because I have a few of them, but I wanted to show you that. Now if you use something like this, or if you already have something like this, if you're a crafter like me, you probably have something similar. The big one does create, and I have another simple one. It's simpler to use because it kind of creates it right away. You see even how it's moving on its own. Can you see? And see how quickly it creates that. And so with another smaller one, you can just go ahead and do what I just showed you. So again, I don't have these linked below. I can look at an Amazon if you guys are interested, but you can probably get these in Amazon as well. So totally up to you. You can absolutely use, like I said, the biggest of the one that the take your pick brings. Anyways, so there's that. So most of my flowers already have that, or they have, let me move this a little bit here, that. And so we're going to start creating the wreath. Are you guys ready? I'm so excited about this. I want to use these, and I know you can barely see it, which is this longer one, and you're going to be able to see it here. And I'm going to mix and match the gray granite. So we're just going to follow the circle with these bigger ones. And let me get a few of them. You will need 6 pieces of these to create these wreath-ish. I feel like, okay, don't get too excited. It's not a wreath really, but I should have had them separated. I guess I didn't. Sorry about that. So we said we need 6 of them to fit. You can also use, here it is. So I have 3 white ones and 3 in gray granite. And I'm going to do them like so. So we're going to hide the end of the leaf branch and with the next one. And that's what we're going to do, okay? All around our little wreath circle. I am going to start with glue, and we're going to have to be very mindful of where we put the glue because some of it goes out a little bit. So I am going to stick to the middle, and we're going to have to give this a tiny bit of time to really dry because it's adhering to plastic, right? So it's not going to be as simple as we want to. The whole goal is for these leaves to cover part of it, so it does. And I am going to use one of our acrylic blocks to hold that. And we're going to move the silicone craft sheet instead of moving the wreath base. And we're going to call it a base and all. So that one will hold those three. I said, don't move that, Maria. So, super simple. These will help you. And I don't know, if you're really good, it's acetate. Thank you, Susie. It's acetate. I just use one of the things that stamps come with, and I use that. I didn't even use like our acetate or windows, right? Because that's much more expensive. And this is just a base that's going to be covered, so it does not need to be in very good shape. Sorry about that. Thank you, Susie. And acetate will do a little better just because, of course, it has some a little bit more strength than vellum. Vellum will be, I think, too flimsy. In the end, this is going to be adhered to. So I'm going to put this last one, I'm going to put it inside, and there we go. So I'm going to put this one in here for a second. We're going to give it a minute. So let me show you what else I've done. I have decided that the best ribbon that you can buy at Stampin'Up is this white ribbon. And it's the crinkle seam binding ribbon, because you can pretty much color it and you have a ribbon for every single craft that you're doing. Every single card with every different color, you just have that ribbon. You don't have to really worry about buying all this ribbon. I should have known that from before, but I have all this ribbon that I'm not using, but this I tend to use with a lot, like seriously a lot. So I went ahead and created, and it's hard to see, maybe if we compare them, my own gray granite ribbon. And all I did, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen these done by other people, but all I did is I took my dark blender, so the gray granite blender, and went ahead and went all over it and created my ribbon. I love that. I love that it's so useful and that you can use it in however you want, in whatever color you want. So very useful. If you want to invest in something, this would look great in red and green for every Christmas project. Of course, Stampin'Up has gorgeous ribbon, but if you can't get it all, like I can't, that's a good way to start. Okay, so I think our wreath is looking very done. So that's the first step. I mentioned, okay, this one is a little fighting there, so we're going to put a little bit more and give it a few seconds. So I have a combination of other leaves, of course, some of them in flowers, some of them are in the white, you know, embossed with that diamond, so we can mix and match. And I have, of course, all sorts of variations, so you can play with them around. I also have other greenery and some of the other dyes, and these ones are just white and gray granite, and I think that because they're smaller, they are very useful. I believe that you can really play with them. And again, so that's the variations we have. Let me see, I have another small one. So I have, you guys know that I always cut and cut and cut all sorts of things, so we're able to use them. to decorate. So I'm going to put those around. There are other leaves, types of leaves here. It is, you know, I think in the end it's going to look really cute. Let's cross our fingers. I did have some of the other leaves in both colors, the gray granite and that white. And hopefully that's not wet. Oh, there it is. So we can play in kind of, oh, it chose? Okay, I'm glad. So you kind of like make the wreath fluffy. So let's cross our fingers and wish me luck. So the first thing is we have to decide, so this wreath is going to go in here, right? And so I want to create like more. I have already, so you know, oh God, I lost that. Guys, that is so unfair. I had already, oh no, it's not lost. It's all good. I had already because it took me like 10 minutes to create this little bow. So just so you guys know, I'm telling. But I like it because this is, hopefully, this is going to be in the end here. Like most wreaths have some sort of bow on them, right? So I don't want to, I'm going to decide that this is the end. So I don't put the big flowers around here. And we are going to use against my, well, not yet, against my best thought. You know, guys, I think I really don't know how to use glue dots. Yes, you can. Well, let's start with this. The only glue dots I have from Stampin' Up are these. Okay, so they're a little bit harder to use for me, anyways. So we are going to use these that are already elevated. And what I'm going to do though, I'm going to try to put them in a place where you can see a little bit of the gray and a little bit of the white. So there's a little bit of contrast since this is in white. We have another one here. We're going to do the same thing. Uh-oh. And I want to put this one there-ish and this one there-ish, kind of, because they are big flowers, right? And so we need to be mindful of that. Let me move that tiny bit. I am deciding that this one is going to be my low point. So that's where my other flower is going to go. And my bow is going to go. Okay. Now, I still have some bigger flowers, let me see, and some smaller flowers. Here's the smaller flowers. And so I want to put this one that is in the other color a little bit in here. And I have a white one, and I want to put this one around here. And I am using glue, like I always say, against my best. Hello, Pat. Oh my God, Alabama. I was once in Alabama in my lifetime, and I loved it. It was so beautiful. I was having a lot of fun. I was working for a company that was called let's see, Drug Drug Free America Foundation. And they had like this big uh, workshop in there. Yeah. Now, and I was living in Costa Rica at that time. It was super cool. Anyways, guys, I do get distracted, and I thought I had my rustic. Oh, okay, guys, give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry about this. I was hoping I could find my rustic gems, but seems like I am not going to. Oh, here they are. So I'm going to use the rustic metallic ones because I think it really matches that gray granite. It's not the same, but it kind of brings it a nice pop to it, right? And we are going to use these for our centers, for the flower centers. Hopefully they stay where they need to stay. So that's partially what we got. Now we're going to start building up some extra greenery. Let me bring one of the white ones in here, just like so, just to create, like I said, it's just to create some sort of filling up the wreath, right? So we're going to put some extra greenery there, but we have to be mindful to create more or less the same in every place, so it keeps the circle, how would you say, the circle, the circumference, I guess, maybe. So be mindful of that when you're building your own. Don't forget, I have it like this because this is where our little bow is going to go. We have some of these other ones that I really like too, because they bring some different, I'm not sure this is glued. I don't think it's very glued. So I'm going to do this one. Okay, maybe like there. There. Sometimes, you know what, you guys know what I miss sometimes? Using my hot gun. I don't know why I don't use it often, but sometimes I do. They can be very, very useful. And I put that one there, and I'm just going to put this one in here, just kind of the same. So we stick to the same form, right? So it's still circly by the end of it. So there we go. We have a lot of stuff, guys, and like I said, I have my quote-unquote glue dots here, and guys, I'm scared to use this because I feel like I never managed to do it correctly. So we're going to start with this one. See, like it just flies away. You can laugh, it's fine. I don't know why these and I are just not good friends. It's a really, really interesting setting, but I'm going to use them because I want them to dry, to not have to wait for the glue to dry. And this one is a smaller one, and all we're going to create is our own little flowers in here, make some matching, of course, and then we'll have the ability to create some fun around it. Some extra flowers, just smaller flowers. Okay, this is not going to work. I don't know why this is just not useful for me. It's so weird, guys. I see other demonstrators in YouTube and they just like go pam 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 and it's done, right? And I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this. So don't take tips and trips from me to figure out how to use the glue dots, bottom line. So we're going to do some here, some there. We have a few of those. I'm just going to bring another one and we'll be done. Ugh, guys, it's just, I guess what I need to do is give in and buy the actual glue dots from you know, the Stampin' Up, and then that'll probably be much easier to use, because I have used the other ones. I just don't have the ones from Stampin' Up. I have some old glue dots in a big roll, because of course that's the way you buy glue dots, right? So we can put, I'm thinking one in here. How do you guys see in it? Are you guys liking it? I think I'm going to put another piece around here. Just again to create some extra fun. And we have tons of them, so we can put some of it here too. Okay, this one is too long. Let's cut it. And I am using, of course, my, there we go, my, oh, you know what? That's probably a good idea. See? Thank you, Susie. I really appreciate all your help. I am glad that I'm the one making the live. Anyways, but just for the sake of it, we're going to use glue. I'm going to put one in here, and I'm going to put one on top. And this one, I'm actually going to do it more on the middle here. Okay, so far mostly okay. The glue is not liking, which was going to, kind of my concern is that it was going to be rebellious when it comes to glue against the. So we have our own little wreath, and I have, I don't know, I want to say, oh, this is in centimeters, of course. This is probably, I don't know what, 17 inches, 20 inches more or less. You probably won't need that much. Um, it's, you know, it's just me being OCD and not wanting to. So what I am really going to do in this case, I'm going to put a piece of a Stampin' Seal Plus, so I don't have to deal with this. And this is going to go like so. And we're going to wrap our ribbon around like you would do on a regular wreath. And we're going to look for those areas where there's enough for us to look for it. To fold it so it's not like right on top of the flower, right? Just like any wreath, it has its own, usually its own, how would you call it? Not side, orientation. So be mindful of that. And I'm actually going to take this off. I'm going to go around and I'm going to go ahead with my friend here, which we all know I love. And it didn't work because why would it? And I'm going to put it in here. So that will help me hold that one. And we're going to go this one. And I don't want it to go just on top of the flower there. So I'm going to move it a tiny bit in here. Move it in here. And then we'll put it a little bit underneath. Let me move this petal there. And there, and you can, of course, you do you, right? Like if you want it to go on top of it, I just feel like it's going to lose, the flower is going to lose some of it. Or maybe we can go around here like so and go back and then go back. This is less complicated because we don't have any big flowers there. And I'm going to move this petal as well in here so we can see the ribbon, but it's not, and it's going to go all over. This one is again less complicated because we're just going to put our little bow there. I feel like I need to put an extra piece in here. Let me see. I'm going to leave that there, but feel we need to put something there. So I'm going to leave it not too tight. And then we'll go back in here. And there we go. We have a wreath. Oh, and it's not so noticeable. Can you see it? It looks really nice in person. And so we're just going to cut it and glue it. And yes, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus because it's much easier. Okay, so now we can take a little bit of time to like pull this just a little better. Okay, there we go. This is where it's a little bit open, and I left it open, so maybe we can put some, no, that's too big. Maybe we can put just a little bit of this one. Let me see, I have some other ones here. This one is too big. Fine, I'm gonna cut it, I guess. I just want to create a big, like the rest of it is fluffy, and this is not too fluffy. And that's not working, thankfully, because I grabbed the wrong one. Do you like it, Lisa? I am so glad you do. You know, sometimes I'm like, oh yes, this is going to be awesome. Great idea. And then I'm like, ooh, I sure hope it is such a great idea. Because I'm not sure. I've not done it. The card itself, somehow I've done. Um, okay, let's do Susie's recommendation. Oh, here they are. No wonder I can't see them, huh? Oh, well, now that Susie recommended that, then, well, of course, it won't come. I love it. Don't you love it, Susie? I'm going to put 2 of them so our bow stays where it needs to stay. Now, can you imagine these in reds? That would be beautiful. I just wanted to do something a little bit different because I'm always doing red. The other one is red anyways, so there's no disappointment there. But yeah, the other one is in red, so uh-oh, this one is not coming. Okay, and then we'll do a wreath like that. And there you go. Okay, let me move everything out of the way and we'll have a wreath. I'm gonna finish this part and we're not going to be able to make the second one, but I'll show it to you. I already have, so I decided that the easiest way for me to do this is to use my oh my gosh, I was gonna say my Misty, but it's not a Misty. My Stamparatus. Yay! Oh, great! That's wonderful. I somehow, okay, here's the other one. So I'm just going to use my Misty. So what really is happening here is that these, well, like I said at the beginning, this was a set that was out last year, right? And of course, I had, I had to have it, and I had a little party, not party, demonstrator party, yeah, with some of my friends, and we used this one, and some of them were fairly new to to stamping, and they just used them as they could, and yeah, it took a tiny bit, but it is fine. So we are going to, if you have these and if you see that it's there, just clean it out real quick. Why do we love this Stamparatus? Because if that happens, ta-da, you can redo it again, and I just absolutely love that, right? Love it. Love, love, love the option. Okay, and done. I have a well-loved piece of chamois here, and I'm just going to go ahead and clean them right now so they don't get bad. I'm going to move them away. I'm going to bring my sentiment, which is right here, and I'm going to put this one here because we're going to use one of the flowers in here. So isn't this so much better than me trying to see and putting my big head on top? It's just so funny. I'm like, how did I not think about this, right? Okay, and again, just make sure, because our pads are bigger, so we don't get our card dirty. I just love it. It's super simple. Well, I just seem to have discovered the end of the something brilliant, and it's not brilliant. It's just like, what was I thinking, Maria? Anyways, so this is going to go inside, and we're going to adhere this to a piece of that beautiful card designer series paper. This is the sun prints. Remember, Sus, this is the other side from the card, the paper I used for the blue one. I absolutely love it. I love this color. Super nice, and this is not working. There you go. So we are going to put this one in here. This is 1/4 of an inch smaller. This is obviously, so our initial piece is 5.5 by 5.5. So this is 5 3/8 by 5 3/8, and this is just in quarter smaller. So this is going to be 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. And we're just going to glue it there. We're going to glue it in here, and as you can tell, oh no, it's a little piece of thingy. So super different color, not my regular reds and greens, which by the way, I'll show you here, I love, or my golds, but I think it creates a super soft option. And I am going to go ahead and put the white one here, and then on top, this one. So there's some separation. And yes, I keep using the wrong glue, guys, don't laugh. So, Sus, if you're going to use, man, that was a lot of glue. If you're going to use wreaths or make wreaths, I think making a little pattern like I did with that, with the acetate, it's a great idea. It worked really well for me anyways. And I am going to put some glue, and I'm going to use a lot of glue so it stays in place. And yes, we are going to bring now, okay, I need to put this in here so it's not on my way, some of our friends. And then we're just going to use a big one. This one is not working today. On the middle there, and this is going to go close, and then we're going to bring our wreath that's going to come here. And so we're going to obviously put just glue around here, and I'm actually going to put dimensionals on it. And you guys know I don't waste anything here, so I use these all the time. And actually in this case it's pretty useful because they're straight, so you can just like put them as so. So this one's going to go here. I just want to make sure that that is the middle. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead in here, cut that one, put this one again, and this one, and it's just more or less half. And this is the only part that's going to be, oh gosh, glued too. Like I said, sometimes I really miss my heat, not my heat tool, my glue gun, because you feel like everything is going to stay where it needs to stay, but not ideal all the time. Okay, so I'm just making these to look better. We have it ready, and there you go. Now, here is my sentiment. I just used the joy and used the stylish shapes to cut it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here. Okay, this is, guys, okay, let's see, much better. And I think I miscalculated here, so we're going to go back in here and cut it. Nothing like crafting. There it goes. Okay, middle, we're good. And I want to put this one, I keep thinking in here, but I don't know, I'm going to put it in here instead. And I'm not going to use, I'm just going to use some glue on the sides, which is what it's going to go. And now the final touch will always be, okay, let me do this 1 second. I have a mess around here. I'm just glad you guys don't see that mess. Okay, so this one, so I'm going to put some of these around here where we still have ability. There's one there and one there. And I think that this looks very beautiful. What do you guys think? Isn't that super cute? The only last thing is, this is the thing that's going to go in the inside. I do think that we can just make, I'm just eyeballing this, make a little hole there, and I don't know why this is in here. Get a tiny piece of our white one so we can see it, and just go ahead and tie it in here. And of course I used, you know, a super tiny piece like this. And there you go. You can put in here a piece of, I mean a gift card or something. I'm putting it on the wrong way. No wonder. So there it is. That's where the cards, oh my God, and still put too much glue. So don't do what I did and cut it shorter. But it should fit there. So this was, I wouldn't say this was like 5. So this means needs to be more like 4.25, 4.5. I was going to use for that. That's why I used the other. But anyways, so this is what the card looks like. What do you guys, do you like it? So I know we don't have time to make the other one, but I'm going to show it to you anyways because I think it's worth it. The next one was using just white and black, white and golds, Maria, and I'm using that distressed gold paper that's in our annual catalog. I'm in love with it. I can't help it. To me, it's so beautiful. And so yeah, I had a lot of hope that we were going to be able to do this, but I want to show you real quick what these this is the part that will go in the middle, right underneath this. So I'm just gonna arm it, and this again is a quarter smaller, so this will go inside. But I really want you guys to see this, so I heat emboss these in white. If you have stays on in white, you can use that as well. So, and I'm using that beautiful die cut and the embossing folder, and I used a little bit of these gold from Stamp Abilities. I mean, I think I got this from, I think, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, I don't even know. And I just emboss, you know, like using my sponge dauber, just tiny bits all over. So the whole goal of this one, which would look really cute, is this will go in the middle and this will go here, kinda, and this will be the middle that will go like so. I'm so sad we did not have time to do this one because I think this will look gorgeous. We have the same, a few flowers, so this was going here and like so, right? It would have been a beautiful card if we would have been able to do it, but we didn't. We did not have enough time. And but this is beautiful. It's a great idea. I love embossing on acetate. This is acetate, and I just think it looks gorgeous against the gold. So I will post a picture later. It will be in the actual blog post. And this one was gonna go in here. So it was a beautiful card to start with. Let me show you the other one. Let's move this out of the way. It's sad that we did not have time to finish this one together. Then, of course, I had to make a colorful one, and this is a colorful one. So this is the one I was telling you guys that I just did the whole circle, and I was trying to get some ribbon through it, kind of doing the wreath, and that did not work well. Just letting you know. So that's how I came up with the other idea, but that's the first one. And this is using Sweetest Christmas paper and just the same Merriest Moments dies and stamps. I had these already done. This is from Peaceful Deer, and I love this deer. So this one will close like this, and it will open like that. So when you have it, you have these two here, and I just love it. And this one also has a spot here, and I have not filled it out, but well, it's not coming up. Maria, oh, there it is. Yay! To put something inside, like a gift card or whatnot. So this is the card. This is the first card I made with the thingy. This is the second one, and I really like this one. So again, this is 6 by 6. This is 5.5 by 5.5. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? I think it looks so cute. I love the simplicity of it. This moved. I figured it was going to move. I was hoping it didn't, but it did move a tiny bit. Okay, we're gonna hold it for a few seconds there. And then the next one, yeah, sad we didn't make it. I'll probably finish it. Um, if Thank you guys so much for being here, for being such troopers. I am really glad that you guys liked it. And I hope you enjoyed the video and the ideas and all the tips. And don't forget that on the 15th, you like the one that's not finished? I know, right? It's so cute. I feel like so tempted because part of it's almost done, really, to do it. Anyways, so I'm going to stick around and finish this. I know the video is already long, but if you want to stick around and hang out a little bit longer, I love that one, Susie. That's brilliant. Yes, the dearest dear, right? I love that one. Anyways, I will try to finish this here super quick. If you want to stick around, fine. Don't forget about the 15% off coming on September 15th. I think that is a big deal, and it's for only the annual catalog. Let me know if you need a catalog. Send an email to Maria, mariascraftingcorner.com, and I will love to send you a free one. See, it looks so cute. Yes, I'm so sad we didn't have time. I should have shut up. Guys, you need to tell me, hey, shut up so we can see the other card. And don't forget to visit my website and get all the measurements and instructions will be there in a downloadable PDF. I've said this in the past. This card really is not a complicated card to make. It does not have what would be, you know, like a really, you need a template to do this or not. It's pretty simple. And one of the things I like the most is that you are able to do not sure what I'm doing this for, but you are able to do it in whatever size you are interested. And I love that, right? If you wanted a 6x6, all you need is to be able to fold. So whatever you can fold in half, it's gonna work, as long as you're able to fold it in half. Ta-da! We got it, people. It's done. See? I told you guys, it was easy. It's really not complicated card to make. But I think I love the gold. I think I was asking, I was telling, I'm not sure who I was talking about, gold and white. And I just think it's so soft. It's like elegant and soft at the same time. And I just absolutely love it. Haha, I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. Thank you for who's hanging out with me still. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I did not make a spot in here, but it's fine. And this is the only tough part is going to be putting this in here. And actually, I am going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus and go around it like so. And we're going to get it there. So first of all, that way there's not a whole lot of mess. And you know that we can always do this, right? So that's one of the reasons why I'm using this, because you can absolutely move this as needed. And this is going to go in here, and yeah, I'm putting it right place. Just be mindful of center it well, which is hard to do. Let me bring my silicone craft sheets, and much easier. So we're centering it as best as possible. This piece is 2x3. It's more or less the one I found worked the best. But doesn't that look cute? I love it. And then we'll bring this one, figure out which one's which one. And we're just going to use some glue glue this, you know. Okay, guys, I'm almost done. Thank you. If you're still here, thank you for hanging out. Hey, thank you, Magna. What do you think? Is it worth it? I really want to see these come to life. That's part of the reason. Let me see. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Because I really like the colors, I guess. So we're going to hold it for a second. I'm going to put some more glue in these. I'm going to let it glue for 1 second, and we're going to decorate. This needs a block. I saw somebody on YouTube the other day saying that they had stopped using the blocks because they're using the Stampin'Up or the Misty or whatever, and that they were using just the blocks to hold the pieces. So my thought was, I'm going to put one in here and one a little bit lower there, and then I have a few of these that we can just play with around. These were all, at least these are already done. And there's one more. I have a third one. We'll see where we're gonna put this one. I think I want this one. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in here, it's fine. And I do have, I don't know why I did not have all my things, all my ducks in a row today. Here they are. I love, these are the new ones, and I love these gold ones. And we're gonna use these for the ones that have a white. So just to put some bling bling. And I'm gonna use, even they're silver, but they look whitish for, I'm gonna put several in there. So like, not like that, but hopefully in a more elegant motion. Hey Susie, I'm so sorry. Thank you for being such troopers. I just felt that it was worth looking into finalizing this card. And this should not take long, so this needs more glue. But when we close it, then we'll just have this one in here. And I'm going to put a lot of glue on this side. And I'm using just the half because we need it to be able to open. And this is going to go there in the middle. Hold it, hold it. Guys, thank you so much for being here. But that's the card in a quick gist, right? Simple, but very, very elegant. I feel that these gives it such a wonderful feel to it. And it's just beautiful, beautiful card. This one took us a little bit longer, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to make the wreath. I think it's worth to make it look like a real wreath. And this one is just a fun one because, of course, Maria had to create something colorful. But I love it. I was thinking, just in case, if you guys want to, you can get one of those magnets. Like, I have some of them here. I did not use them, but that's something that you could do, right? If you wanted to close, put a magnet in the wreath here, and then it will close. I just did not do it, but it's absolutely doable. Do you guys like it? Thank you. Right? This is so cute. I love it. I just, like I said, I really love white and gold. I feel it's so elegant, and so it's completely elegant, very simple. It's super simple, but very cute. So those are our 3 cards. Thank you guys for being and staying with all this commotion today. Let's see, they close more or less. Yeah, do not score, burnish those folds well, because that's what's going to help, unless you're going to do the magnet thing. So thank you guys again. It was wonderful to share with you another night. I wish you the best of the best and have a wonderful rest of your day. Let me come back here. Big hugs to all of you. I really appreciate every one of you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.